Hey, Walt here, your live music pro and guitar coach. I thought I'd hop on here quickly today just to share a little story about guitar strings and mandolin strings. And, I've got a couple of guitars I take out on my solo gigs, and I'm getting ready to play tonight in a couple of hours. And, I need to change these strings on these instruments. So I've been taking out these instruments for a while now. I'm trying to frame them in the shot if I can. And they're on most of the videos I've been shooting. So I take out a mandolin, and I normally play, I probably average between, I don't know, 5 to maybe 15 tunes a night with it. So, and I mainly play some Italian tunes on it since I've been doing an Italian restaurant. What I love about the strings that I use, these are the Diodario XS strings, and I use 11 to 40, and they're just really the best strings I've ever used for mandolin. And they're kind of a phosphorus bronzed. They have a light coating on them. They're a very smooth feel to it. It's 11, 15, 26, and 40 gauge strings. But the thing about these strings are that they last, man, I'm ashamed to say this, I haven't changed these probably for 6 months, maybe 7 months. And they still sound great, play great, but I'm making myself change them just to stay on top, work, keep the strings fresh. It's about time to change these things. But if you're looking for strings that last a long time, these XS strings are the best strings I've ever used. I'm not going to change the strings for you today, but I'll share the strings I'm using on my gig. So I take out a mandolin. It's kind of a nice change. And then I generally play I'm playing about 5 to 3 nights a week right now. And as a solo musician, to have a variety of sounds really helps. I play instrumental and sing. Then I can, just by playing another instrument, especially mandolin, it has an appeal to it that always surprises me. And I'm not a mandolin player by any means, but I dig the instrument, and people really like it when you change it. Just doing a little variety in a night can really help. And then I take out a Strat. I think I've gotten in the model in some other video. Forgive me, man, I'm not much on model numbers or gear, like what the gear is and whatnot. But I take out a Strat. It's like an American Standard or Elite. It's a fairly high. It's a great Strat. Plays great. And this one, man, I have not changed the strings. The same thing on this one. I do a lot of bending with them, and I probably average 10 tunes a night on this. So with this one, I'm using the Diodario XS. These are like the 9 to 42s. So I use a super light string. It's also coated as well. But man, these strings just last. And I'm making myself have to change these. I could still keep playing them. So I think part of the reason why they do so well is I use fast fret on my gigs. Real quick before I start playing the gig, I'll use the fast fret stuff, use the rag, clean them up real quick, quick, and there you have it for cleaning the strings. Now I used to use fast fret. I used to love it, but this is a lot better because you're not spraying stuff around your workspace, and you know, people are eating around me or whatever. So, and also with the fast fret, if I clean the strings, you could hear them squeak when you clean them with a rag. With this, you don't. So it's been a great way to go. Things, by the way, on this Strat, I just love these locking keys, so it's going to be fairly quick for me to get these changed on this guitar, which I love. The mandolin is probably my biggest challenge, you know, for changing the strings, like stretching them out. You know, there's 8 strings, so it takes a little longer, and they're close together, and it's a smaller instrument. And then my go-to acoustic, and really the instrument that I use the most on my gigs, is my Adamas. I don't know the model, but it's been a great addition to my gigs, and people love it, and I love it too. It's a great sounding instrument. So with this, with the Adamas, I'm like changing. I need to be changing these a lot more than I am. And you probably can't even see, I guess, on the video, but you can tell they've been really played a lot, but they still sound great. And it plays great. It just feels great. And with the Adamas, I'm using a light gauge too. My strings are all pretty light. I wish I could get a lighter gauge for the mandolin, but they don't make them lighter, but they're working out okay. So with the acoustic guitar, the Adamas, I'm doing 10 to 47s, and they are the XS strings too. These are the only strings I ever use anymore, man. And if you're a player, or even if you're, you know, a hobbyist, these strings will last you a year. Like if you're not playing a lot, and if you're even a pro, man, you'll have to make yourself change the strings because they just keep lasting. So these are 10 to 47 Diodario, extra light, and phosphorus bronze, kind of that coated thing as well. So if you're looking for a new string, you know, a new brand, a new type of string to use, these are probably the best things on the market I found. And, you know, I used to be a guy that used the Elixir strings quite a bit, but like where I work at, I've been lucky. I've met John Diodario, who used to be, you know, part of the company with Diodario. I think he's still a consultant or whatever, like part of the family. And he's the one who turned me on to these XS strings. I told him I was using the Elixirs. And so these have been out a couple of years now, and they're just the greatest. So if you're looking for some ideas for strings, there you have it, the XS strings. And also, if you're a guitar player, I have a free guitar warm-up course, and it's to help you with your technique, fingering, warm-ups or whatnot. And if you're ready just to hang out with me, you can go to primevibemusic.com, and you can check out some appointments with me, that if you want to set up an appointment and hang out and chat a little bit, if I can help you with the guitar playing. So I hope that helps you, and I hope to see you soon.